Thank you, Osha. Snake medicine, or first step. There is an outlaw living in your house. He came for the weekend and brought his laundry. You didn't know that outlaws did things like laundry, and actually they don't. Instead, they leave deposits of their bodily functions around the house. Milky yellow wads of tissue, misty drops of urine, dried semen, salty tears. They also leave the richly colored patina of their habits on your fine wood furniture. Sticky marijuana resin, empty whiskey bottles with cigarettes long dropped inside them. But mostly it is the smell that outlaws leave behind. The smell.
Yeah.
You swear his jeans could walk by themselves. Even discarded, his jeans lie bent and creased in the shape of his body as he sleeps. He wears them and wears them until they become a second skin, a flattened, leathery substance that smells like everything he's tasted, eaten, thought, or felt. Everything he's emitted in the last few weeks. When the outlaw first came, you saw him pull a fresh pair of jeans and a crew-neck sweater from his backpack. That was weeks ago. Since then, you have seen him produce clothing that he claims is clean. Not once has he asked you where the laundry room is, although when he first came, you told him it was downstairs. Once or twice, you have seen him take a shower. Not once since he came to your house has he kissed you on the mouth, but you don't mind so much anymore. You haven't seen him with a toothbrush. You haven't even seen his teeth. He kisses with lips you have never seen, only felt. They are buried under his mustache. You know his tongue, though. It is long and insistent and probes like a tentacle. Meanwhile, the pile of laundry grows, a stale lump of human detritus on the papasan chair. Outlaws also do not own underwear. In fact, there's nothing that gets closer to the man than his jeans. Jim Morrison wore his leather chaps for weeks and opened his fly only for pissing and fellatio. You know this because the outlaw lives this way. You know this because he has opened his fly for you. He is your lizard king. He is a dark and moody man with lines of ruin in his face, lines that crease sharply when he laughs. Never have you seen so much pain in the skin of a man, in his webbed eyes. It is an ancient seafloor kind of pain. You feel his pain, and it ages you, for you long to be aged. You have been a girl too long, kerneled up with fear and virginity and pride and dishonesty. Your desire has turned you into a monster of need. You are tired of making pets out of boys. You want a man, a real man. You yearn to be opened, to be made love to be fucked beyond speech, beyond thought, beyond belief. You want blood knowledge. You want deep vaginal orgasms. You want to be taken to the lights of your soul. All of this you have decided the outlaw can provide. This is what he can do for you, for he is a gifted and weary man. He can take you on love's journey. You forgive him for the steadily growing pile of laundry and the lack of personal hygiene. There are centuries of passion pent up in his savage heart. There is an outlaw living in your house. You drink together like fish. You drink until your gills are green. You drink until you are long in the tooth. You leave him alone in your house while he sleeps, for you trust him to sleep until you return. You leave him sleeping on your couch while you drive to House of Video. The lights in the video store hurt your eyes, but you are determined to select the most esoteric mix possible. You rent Burt Reynolds car chases, Kurosawa epics, and Gene Tierney. You stumble over children lying on their backs in the aisles. Your hands shake as you write out a check. You are not accustomed to drinking this much. At the liquor store, you buy him little treats, airplane-sized bottles for his coffee, Kahlua, Amaretto, Bailey's Irish Cream. You buy him fifths of Crown Royal. He gives the purple velvet bags away as part of his pot deals. You buy a fifth of Crown for him and a pint of Bushmills for yourself. You know he will wrinkle his large nose in distaste. Dog whiskey, he calls it. But all the more for you. You like Bushmills. You stop at the market to buy him chocolates and carrot cake, foods with nitrites and dark lacy crusts around the edges. When you return, you find him awake with a cigarette and one arm over his eyes. You brew him coffee, and he speaks to you in a low, chuckling, intimate way. His hand curls around yours as you set the steaming mug down. He sighs in ecstasy as you place the Baileys before him. This is the side of him you like best, the boy toy, when he is sweet and sated and content. You could run your hand over his body now and it would be yours. You love to make him shudder. You lie together on the futon and watch movies. You serve him beer and tortillas with shrimp, cheese, jalapeno, and sour cream. All of these are his favorite foods. It feels natural for you to serve him. It is his gift to you, this naturalness. You feel a surge of love and pride as you observe him draped across your couch, food, drugs, and drink on the table, the remotes lined up at his side. You lie together and he rests his hand on your thigh. Aren't we elegant bums? He is an outlaw and he is yours. You are shielding him from the world. A once noble, once handsome, homeless man. He is proud to live this way. He can teach you many things. Little did you know that the outlaw has brought another lover with him, a powdery sprite that he carries in a round tin case. He summons this lover often in the form of tiny, glassy flakes and spreads her intricate particles carefully across a piece of agate. He offers you the silt of this lover. He offers you the straw. He wants you to make this lover yours also, and you do. You want to be where the outlaw has been. You want to wear all his shapes. Is that possible? You sit with him and listen to Nick Lowe records. The outlaw identifies strongly with him and tells you stories about bootleg concerts in Amsterdam. The outlaw admires any man who has gone through the fire of losing everything and still writes about it, who sings about it, who still plays on. Don't look back, the outlaw says. Mm-hmm. The best revenge is no revenge, he says. Use the poison to become stronger. Transmute. There is an outlaw living in your house. There is a time when you were tender, but that time has passed. You used to make love buck naked, but now the clothes stay on. You only remove what you need. This has happened by gradual, tacit consent. Your sex is tight, hard, and violent. You have fucked for hours. You have fucked away all hope, but you fuck good. You fuck as a service to your lover, the high priestess of pain and pleasure. Cocaine is girl, he tells you. Heroin is boy. You call her blow. You call her the white. Actually, the outlaw has two other lovers besides yourself. One is a drug and one is a shadow. In fact, the only time that you and the outlaw have made real love was the first time at his ex-old lady's house in the projects. Louisa. Louisa, who failed him. Louisa, who lost her ovaries and could not give him children. Louisa, who is learning Spanish. Louisa, who even now rises between you like a shadow. He speaks of her often and tells you that he has not been with anyone since Louisa. Several years, in fact. He still uses her house as a crash pad. You begin to feel weary. You cannot take on many more of these other lovers, these burdens. There is only so much pain you can absorb. The heart has its limits. Why? Why does he stay with Louisa when the love is gone? Here is how the first time went for you and the outlaw. The two of you sit cross-legged on Louisa's bed. Louisa is out of town. You are wearing your Lycra running shorts, which you know will soon be ripped from your body. The outlaw is smoothing out tiny fat lines of white on a cassette tape case. Your body is a mass of quivering cells. You are a ripe, roaring, mad-eating apricot. You want to jump him, but you wait. This is not your territory. What's Spanish for cocaine, you ask? He shrugs and says it is something like it sounds. Cocaina. Cocaina, you say, bending over the white. You hold your left nostril shut so the sacred powder leaps up your nose. You sit back with a sigh. The only word for this feeling is joyous. The outlaw makes love to you in Louisa's bed. There is a picture of her behind you. She is part Macaw Indian and she is beautiful. She is short, petite. She has a girl's body. Her face is dramatic, high cheekbones, dark skin. Her hair is dark and full around her shoulders. You are fascinated. The outlaw says she is a writer. A poet, you ask? The answer is yes. Raymond Carver has even read her stuff. You feel a twinge of envy. A dead man has read her poetry and pronounced it good. A man whose poems and stories you admire. There are paper labels of words in Spanish all around the house. Bathroom, el cuarto de baño. Cuchara, spoon. Knife, cuchilla. Clock, reloj. Shower, la regarda. Television, televisión. Coffee, café. Sugar, azúcar. As the outlaw pumps you, you look up at the ceiling, feeling his penis deep inside you, eager as a boy's. It feels like love. It is sweet, so sweet, and you rock with it. Azúcar, you say to yourself over and over. Azúcar, azúcar, azúcar.